Alright, hello, 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 sorry for the delay. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, alright. Hello everyone, hello, hello, hello. Sorry for the delay. Get out of here, you silly shadow. We'll just do a bit of that and that. I feel like the volume is probably a little bit too loud. Alright, set up. Hello! Hello guys. Sorry for the delay. My green screen was looking pretty awful. But it's all rainy here, so I think it's like affecting the backlight, so it's not quite as nice. But hello, welcome. It's good to see you all. Hey, hey, hey. Been bitten by a redback spider? No, not quite. No, it's like a rainy day, so I was just like playing around with some settings, and then I went to go live and I fired up the game, and like you could just see the outline of my screen. It just looked really bad, so I was like, better do a quick reshuffle. So yeah, the lighting's a little bit not perfect, but that's fine. How are you all? Are you enjoying the new update? What about that news? Oh man. So many feelings about that news. But in terms of building things, like, what do you reckon? I feel like we need to, like, I'm going to be building some bike lanes, but I also need to do a little bit of, budgeting, because I'm losing money. Going strong from Norway. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I know it's late. It's hard to schedule these live streams so it fits in for everyone, because it's 9 o'clock in the morning for me now. So this is like perfect time for me, but I think it's okay time for most parts of the US. It's like dinner time, I guess. But yeah, for Europe, it's never great. So I feel like I'll one day do a European stream, and I think that'd be lovely. Need to get into that, but I think I'll leave that, because I feel like we probably have some sort of additions coming. Jeez, wouldn't it be nice if we could just get like nice and flush, you know, like a nice little ramp, so that bikes don't have to go down there. Yes, Road Builder has had an update, so I just want to like show you a couple of things. So basically, this is a protected bike lane, and I had to get a bit hacky with this. So I've had to drag this network out and create a median here, which is working fine. Like, this is totally fine, but I think where it gets a bit messy is around here. So just for like a bit of funsies, let's go to a place where I don't think a bike lane would exist around here, but let's just play around with this. So what we can do now is, if I jump into Road Builder, and we've also got this, which is pretty interesting. This is like part of the harbor. So I don't know how he works this in, because that's a DLC, unless those, I don't know how that works. You know, because that's part of the DLC. So I don't understand how they're able to get a DLC asset into Road Builder, or maybe it's technically not. I don't really know. But that's like a different road. But to get a bike lane in, as far as I know, if I go here and click on the bike lane, so it adds it as normal, like I can already do that. But I think where it gets a bit more interesting, you can actually add that median. And then it is a protected bike lane. But it's, I would prefer it to be like a two-way bike lane here, whereas like that's just a one-way bike lane. I don't think you can actually drag the lanes in themselves. I could be wrong. Have you guys played around with it? Hello from Germany. Hey buddy, thanks for tuning in. And Brazil. Yeah, let me know where you're watching from, guys. I'm really happy that you guys are keen for Marble Mountain, because I've been planning it for a while. So it's great to like see a lot of people come back. And Ireland. Thanks, buddy. Glad to see you on stream for the first time. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Just started a new city on your map and it looks fabulous. Oh, cool. Hey, like, please show me, because I haven't seen anyone building on here yet. So I think it's going to get more interesting when I start building in other areas and seeing how like people's cities, how different they look compared to mine. So please let me know. It'd be interesting to see if people are doing like other than a US city. Hey, Aoi. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the donation. I really, really love that. Thank you. Like, I'm just gonna grab this. And let's just expand him. But you know what I mean about this? It'd be nice if it was a two-way bike lane. And it'd be nice if I could... Maybe if I hate how it does this. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so I might have to drag it out like that. But it still causes a little gap there. But I'm probably not going to keep this road anyways. So just like a really short-lived bike lane. This is like typical. That's like what you'd find in Australia. You'd be like, oh sweet, look at this lovely bike lane. And then it just like ends. You're like, oh great. Now I'm just like back riding my bike along traffic. Literally like, I don't know, 50 meters from my house is a beautiful bike lane that looks exactly like this. And you're just like, wow, this is so nice. And then you get dumped out like this. And there's pretty much no point in using it. But anyway, that's as far as I've experimented with Road Builder and bike lanes. So that's not going to work for this place. But look at this. But as you can see, a lot of people are keen to ride these. So I think, without going too overboard, let's continue to connect the city up with some more of these lanes. I'm interested to know why they're all choosing this one. Is it the most... I guess they're probably going to the highest density areas, right? So that makes sense. Like, they're probably like parking their bikes here and, you know, living in these areas. Like if I go to... Let's just have a little... I'm curious to see where like most people are going. I think it's probably because it's the busiest area. Yeah, okay. So it's probably going to be just purely... You can't actually... It's a shame you can't get more info. Like this bike lane doesn't... You know, I can't just like click on the bike lane like I would with a street to find out where most of the traffic's going. That's interesting to see that... I guess that's like the highest density, right? So maybe... There was a few people using this one. The thing is, I don't want traffic. I want a bit of traffic, but I don't want traffic everywhere. Tour de France DLC. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if, like, they weren't just riding to get from point A to point B. It'd be nice if there was a bit of, you know, like, going for a ride for fun. You know? I'd love to see people running around. But, I don't know, now... Ugh, now that Colossal Order aren't working on this game anymore, it makes me feel less optimistic for things like that. You know, before when they were working on it, I would think that, yeah, like, that could be a possibility. They could, you know, continue to add those sort of animations, or, like, you know, work on things that you never expected to be worked on. But now that they're not, it's stuff like that makes you go, I don't know if they're going to, you know, add better clouds or change the ground texture. And that's just, it's stuff like that that really makes me depressed about the whole thing. You know? But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to continue a bit more high density. Or bikes. What do I do? What should I do, guys? What should I do today? I'm trying to figure out, because I'm losing money, so I feel like I should probably zone a little bit more land. And there's some good spots for, like, some medium density I could do. Or we could try and fix the bike lanes, because at the moment they're a little bit messy. What do you suggest? What do you think? Hey, Sunny Scooney, how are you, buddy? Never say never. No, you're right. I know. The optimistic side of me is like, it'll be fine. It's probably, like, good that, I don't know, there's so many possibilities. Gives me hope that it's under the same umbrella as Paradox. But I don't know. Some of these things we've been waiting for a really long time. Fix the economy. I mean, probably should. I do think, like, citizens are crazy happy, so I'm gonna, like, just bump up a bit of the taxing. We'll just do a little bit of that. And if I'm gonna tax them more, I should probably, like, a mail service is really easy to implement. And I wouldn't mind, like, feeling more of this, because I'm, you know, all this is just zoned and I'm not really thinking too much about it. So I think you're right. We should address a bit of the budget. I am about to spend money, but I am taxing people a little bit more now. And happy citizens are paying citizens. So I'm going to do the thing that nobody suggested and work on some postal services. Historical post office. Let me have a little look to see how... I mean, that's all of our money. Like, I know this is the opposite of what I said I was going to do, but I'm just going to put this out here. I think I need buildings like this. I need buildings like this. I need more historical buildings, and I think it'd be a good idea to add a bit more land value now that I'm taxing them a little bit more. And that would improve a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I mean, that fits in pretty well there. I know it's overlapping that section, but I think I could drop him in, and that could be a fun little bit. How noisy is it? Low noise pollution. So it could actually be better off somewhere way more prominent. I know this is very Dutch, but I think we can make some modifications. No, don't place it. I'm really considering placing it. The money... Chat, please, don't turn on me right now. I'm going to place it, chat. the money. Don't worry, it'll sort itself out. This is such a prominent building. I feel like it'd be nice to add it somewhere that is nice, and we could do something around here, or that would be fun for a bit of a corner guy. We could do it around here or there, but it's a bit... I was actually thinking about doing a larger building. Oh, this is the question. A nice historical? No, probably not there. Maybe here. Could take this one. Although, maybe skyscrapers could be there at some point. Oh, so many possibilities. I think I'm going to place him there. He barely fits. Do you have any hope for the console edition? No, I've never had any hope for the console edition. Sorry to be so blunt about it, but I really... I don't see... I think... I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts about it, but... First of all, and I've said this a couple of times, but I don't know how this game... translates to console. I really don't. But I don't really play console, so... and then... I don't know. Like, the wording on the announcement for that just feels... It's just like corporate speak. It's a terrible spot. It's a terrible spot. It's not where it goes. But this is what I'm thinking. Alright? There's a good chance that you could be watching a failed live stream. Put in the fishing port. I don't know what that is. I think we've already got to put it in the fishing port. Is that what you mean? What color is this? Okay, so I could go... See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like, we could go... I could even go like a black roof. Like, not everything has to have orange tiles, right? Like, part of me just wants to do that, just to kind of stick with, like, a California theme, but I probably don't have to do it for everything. And, you know, I kind of miss the old brown. So I think the brick, we could just continue to keep it as brick. But just to, like, set it aside from being... what looks very Dutch. You know, it could be like a little bit more like that. And I think that's quite nice as like a nice little historical building. But I'm not totally sold on that location. And I'm going to take out a loan. I don't need your judgments. And we'll just place all these down. I feel like the mail service really does improve things. And then I might even be able to tax them a little bit more, or they're going to start upgrading and leveling up, which is also good news. All right. And I think that's pretty good coverage. We'll just see how we'll see how that goes. Let me see. Michael Danger. Hello, buddy. Tuned out of all City Skylines content for a few months until I saw the Marble Mountain video pop up. Binged through San Andreas series over a few days. Crazy that's the same map that Drew once lived on. Yeah, it's kind of... That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think when I wasn't doing City Skylines for like a living, I'd tune out as well. Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep a little eye on that, okay? I'm still not super impressed with that location, but I think just for a little time being, I think it's so fine. So I think I'm going to spread out some of my density. I actually reckon that this could be a good spot for some more row houses. I've been trying to experiment with, I think they've, oh no, here they are. So I actually really love this block, and I think this is a sort of style I'm going to do for like most of the inner parts of the city. And essentially it's like, these are 1x3 the size, and then I've got these guys on the alleyway behind. And what I like about this is that just like, it's pretty high density, like that is a lot of people living here, and it just feels like the sort of neighborhood you see where it's just like crammed in, you know, it's like subdivided, or like people have got, you know, larger sections at the backyards. You know, you don't usually find places with like larger green spaces like this so close to the city. So I reckon trying to like keep a bit more of these historical and I'd imagine like heritage listed houses that probably have some limitations with what sort of renovations you could do with them. I think I'm going to do the same sort of thing around here. And I'm just going to go, I'm probably going to go like, yeah, I'll probably just go a similar level. So I think I said 3 times 1 is the size. So we'll see how many people we can actually squeeze here. Might even do such an awkward shape. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Just continue the awkwardness. And that could be a park, in fact. And I might even just do that block. Yeah, big fan of these ones. Hey, Chuckles, thanks for becoming a member, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chuckles, isn't that like a character from City Planner Plays? I think I saw that. Let me see. I might grab some of these guys. Oh, level 5. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm after. Not quite. Part of me wants to keep exactly the same, but it's also QZ for me. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Oh, so hard to be consistent with like the types of houses I want to choose. I almost just want to, you know, they're probably all going to be very much the same, right? So I think that's so fine. Great to have a fellow Aussie as a City Skylines content creator to follow and see inspiration of areas I know. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I find American cities are very, very interesting. I think there's a lot of history to these sort of places, and like I've done Australian series in the past and other series based on other countries, but I think I always just go back to American cities. I think there's a lot of interesting elements that you don't really find in other places in the world. So that's kind of why I seem to go back. What do I think of the bikes? I think they're great. I think this is a really, really great update. And yeah, it's kind of like changed my perspective of adding bike infrastructure for my cities, because in City Skylines 1 I never did it. It was always an afterthought. But this time around it feels great. That being said, there's still things that I really wish were part of it. But in my mind, that's what modding's for. You know, it's kind of like they've always just released updates that are pretty great, and then there's like gaps, obviously, and then people fill those gaps with mods. So I'm really hoping to see like some extra additions. Like Road Builder has already like added in a couple of things, so I'm like, all right, really hope it's going to be possible to like continue to add more, because you know there's going to be like a lot of fun things you can do with it. But like I was saying before, it'd be nice to see people actually using bikes as a way of, you know, like a leisure activity. But, you know, there's only so much you can do, right? Oh, did you go to San Francisco a few weeks ago? Yeah, I'd like to go personally. I love to do, I've gone to LA a couple of times. Not for ages. Once was just a stopover, and once was like for like a week. But never been to San Francisco. And I have to admit, as much as I'm going to like, you know, this is gonna feel a bit like San Francisco for sure. But I reckon at a point, I reckon about this point in the development, it's going to like shift. It'll probably be more like Los Angeles inspired. And then I'm hoping it'll give its own personality, you know? Like the last thing I want to do is do a full recreation. And I think you can already see the similarities, but then you can see where I'm going to change things. So I hope that kind of comes across. Because I've made mistakes in the past where I've gone like just full recreation. And I don't recommend that. I'm in LA right now, South LA. I'll live here if you want some inspo. Yeah, thanks, man. I think that's where I went to. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to make this a nice little leafy neighborhood. So a couple of large oak trees. And this is just going to be too big. That is quite nice. And this is getting pretty chockers here. I mean, we can make some serious improvements to some of these roads, but let's just keep getting some more people in. I'm going to speed up the simulation. I actually think that we got a lot of people backed up. Just trying to... that's not too bad. I mean, it's moving. I think it kind of helps that this is low speed on this bridge. Like, it just kind of slows people down as they creep in. But it could actually make some improvements. Like, I might... just to, like, speed things up. There we go. And that removes those crosswalks. I even think I'm going to make it so that you can't turn right. No right turns. No crosswalks. I mean, it's not great. Just one more lane? Yeah. You gotta stick with the theme, right? What are these guys doing? Hey, I just told you no right turn. What just changed? Oh, okay. I didn't actually do it. That's better. And I also think I could probably say that these guys don't go straight. You know what? It's just gonna have a whole bunch of restrictions. The only thing you can do here is you can only turn right. How's the traffic? Haven't played for a week. I actually haven't noticed, because I guess until I go into St. Andros, I don't think I'm gonna notice a huge amount of change. You know, I think that's where it's gonna like really change things. Whereas this is like a still pretty small. I'm gonna call it a city. It's like it's verging on large town / city, but yeah, I mean it's still kind of small. God, man, I'm not doing a good job here. They want single family housing, but I'm just not ready to expand, you know? I'm gonna add more green. Oh, just like a subtle change. Will anyone notice? More green. Yeah, I mean, it's like enough to notice. And I actually think we really need to get some more palm trees in. Now, something I realized is these coconut trees can actually get pretty large, because I've just been choosing the mature, or the, yeah, mature. But if you go to elderly, they're way larger. Which one in your opinion has more of a, feels a bit more Californian? It's probably the coconut palm. But neither one of them are entirely what I want. Oops. But I think they look good in clusters. And I'm gonna do like a big cluster, just giant. And something that I actually was playing around with. The third one, you think so? Did I get rid of it? Kind of gives off Central America. Central America, yeah, okay. Florida palm and, well, yeah, maybe? It's too short in my opinion. But perhaps you're right. We'll do like a little... couple of these little guys. That looks pretty nice with the bridge in the background. You need the pack of cyclists always come across at peak hour riding under the runway in your airport build based on Sydney. I don't think I've ever noticed that. To be honest, what I always missed from City Skylines series based on California Desert, both Arrowhead Junction and Marble Mountain, was some stoner rock related Easter eggs. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Oh, those were the days. Now, this is what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure the type of grass that I chose goes over the top of pretty much everything. But if I do this, I think it's going to be grassy. Oh, no, it doesn't. Great. So I'm actually not going to drag a regular path. I'm instead going to do some of these. It's going to take longer, but I think it's going to look much nicer. Something like this. Oh, it's going to take ages. It's going to be worth it though, trust me. First time here. Thanks for joining. Yes, I am really enjoying this patch. I think it's probably the best one they've released. It's actually just full of some really great things. And I think it's unfortunately going to bring a lot of people back. And I say unfortunately because it's going to bring a lot of people back and they're kind of gearing up to leave. Colossal Order, I mean. I think it just kind of like stinks because their like mark on this game is everywhere. So it's gonna be kind of weird to go from this feeling like a Colossal Order game, and it still will, but it's not really theirs anymore, and I feel like it should be theirs, you know? I really hate that. Like I met the whole team last year, and they're like really passionate people. Like they're really keen on it, and you know they're just going to their office and talking about things, and you know just like chatting about the future of it and like what they're excited for, and you know hearing about like how they got into video games and like creation and all that sort of stuff in the first place, and then for this to happen, it's just sad. And I do hope, and because the Ice Flake is in the same city, so I'm hoping that like maybe there's like some sort of transition where a lot of those guys do end up going back. But then to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are burnt out. Like, can you imagine working on a game like this for years and years and years, and then having to release it? Like, because if you worked on it, I mean, there'll probably be a level of, like, I don't want to release this just yet, but then we have to release this because it's been so long. And then having to, like, troubleshoot it for the next couple of years. Like, I would be over it. I wouldn't want to see this franchise ever again, probably. But then I'm sure there's like other people that are like, nah, this is my baby. I'm gonna like work on this forever. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean about this path? I mean, look at that. All snaky and such. I might even do another little snaky one. I might get rid of a bit of this. Like I'm gonna go surface. Oh, please. I don't want to remove. That's the problem with surfaces. Can't remember who I was talking to, but I was saying it'd be so great if we had the ability to lock a surface. You know, like change it so that you wouldn't delete it by accident, or you could get underneath some of these. All about the shareholders, unfortunately. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Pretty much getting rid of all of it, and we'll take him all the way back. And I think I'm going to drag one. I really kind of messed up this section, didn't I? I'm going to do this. It was not going to look perfect, but it'll do. That's fine. Oh, jeez. Come on. You can do better than that. How's the music volume, by the way? Is it too low, too high? It's like watching your baby grow up to be a criminal. I am keen to see what Ice Flake are like. And like I said, it could be made up of a lot of the same people. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. And I hope it will be as well. And I will also say, like in City Skylines 1 times, I pretty much only worked with what do you call it? Paradox Interactive. Like as far as I was concerned, I barely had anything to do with Colossal Order. I don't think I even really even spoke to them. I don't think they even really released anything. It was kind of at that point where the game was out and that was it. Right? So I guess if it comes down to it, I think I'd prefer if Paradox are like releasing things and DLC and stuff, and I don't know if they can they technically make changes to the game? Like they're not going to do any updates. And they're not going to let it go anywhere. Like this game is, it's pretty big for them, so it'd make a lot of sense for them to work their asses off to make sure that this game continues to succeed. Because I think it would not be wise to let this one slip through their fingers. Plus, you never know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like now's a pretty good opportunity for other games to kind of come in, or developers to come in and release something that is based on city building. But I just think in general it's probably a really tricky game to make, right? I mean, this would be the hardest one. Hey, what do you think of this park? Makes such a big difference just it's pretty high up. Makes a pretty big difference just like adding in a bit of time and effort. And I think I'm going to keep him just like that, although I might have to... It's kind of just raised up for some reason. I'll do that. Okay, cool, that works. Sweet. I dared to speculate that going overboard with City Skylines 2 was actually PDX making too much expectations for it. Yeah, but I also think... like, what are they meant to do? Like, they're waiting for this game to come out so that they can, like, also continue to work on it. I think that's a really hard thing about collaborating with things like this. It's not their baby. It's like they're waiting for Colossal Order to release it. But then Colossal Order are a small team, so you know, if they need to take longer, then they need to take longer. It's just like one of those things. Like what? I actually don't know what the solution would be. And when they released it, yeah, I agree. It was like not what I wanted it to be. There was things that like needed to be finished, and I understand the backlash, but I don't know. Like at some point you got to release it, or maybe not. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with that little corner there. That little windy path, I think is pretty good. But oh, okay. Well, look, this is what I'm thinking. I know that people are leaving, but I do think that, look at that. Just by like bumping things up, improving things, I think that we can tax a little bit more, which I'm going to. Like, I want to see some office, so I'm just going to leave that. Yeah, take that. You happy? High taxes? Yeah, well, that's what it's like I mean, I think that's what it's like in California, isn't it? It's like really expensive to live in places like San Francisco. Now that we've got like more people here, they still want single family housing. I'm not ready for single family housing. Plus, I don't have, besides the farms that I've built, there's no place for it. So you're just gonna have to suck it up, guys. We're going density. We're not going low density. What I'm gonna do is, I think I might expand on this bike path, which I think that people can go all the way around. Yeah, they can. So they can actually get all the way around there. That's pretty nice. That's great, actually. Because I think I'm going to... you know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some more housing around here. I'm actually a big fan of these guys. This one works really well. So I think I might rezone maybe this corner. I think that this would be better if we found like some nice apartments that could fit there. Not that we have any demand for it, but... Well, is that technically high density or is that medium? That's mixed, which I think is medium. So that'll work. And I kind of like this. But maybe I can find some signature buildings that could work. Also, some other assumptions is that they complicated it much because this much because PDX wanted to have some connections between City Skylines 2 and Life by You. Yeah, I am pretty sure too. Which would have been brilliant if that was the case. I think that's speculation at this point. Like, I don't know anything other than that. But yeah, that would be amazing. So for those of you who don't know, Life by You was like a Sims competitor, and they were aiming to release it at the same time as City Skylines 2. And there was speculation that they were going to be kind of like connected. So potentially your citizen from Life by You could be somehow integrated within City Skylines 2, which is an idea that was actually started by EA, I think in SimCity 4, I think it was. And it was great. Like, I remember seeing that, like, it wasn't executed that well. It was very, very shallow. I can't remember the whole deal with it, but I'm pretty sure it was, they were just here. Like, they were just like hanging out in the city, but they weren't really doing anything. It wasn't like too much of a connection. But if that was executed and done, that would be pretty cool. So it's a shame it wasn't. Or it's a shame it had like no other way of coming out like that. But it would have been an excellent combo. But in saying that, Life by You did not look that great. You know, I think I'm way more excited for Paralives than... Or I know I am way more excited for Paralives than I was about Life by You. But I was still, like, keen to see how it turned out. I think The Sims absolutely needs competitors. I mean, they're okay. I feel like I want the building to be really, really nice and white. No, you can't change the rest of it. Well, that's just a little bit annoying. But I don't mind that just for now. Although I don't know if that ticks the box for medium density. I think that's probably high density, actually. It'll really help that studios are literally in the same city, and it's likely that the current developers get hired by the new studio. But still, that transition is going to take a bit. It's going to take a really long time, I reckon. And yeah, I reckon absolutely people are going to go over. But then, like I said before, I kind of imagine people are going to be over working on this. Over working on bug fixes. Yeah, just give me a second, guys. Just playing with this idea, but I don't think this is the right idea. Just a little something. I mean, that sort of, kind of, a little bit, sort of works. Maybe more like this. Maybe, kind of, potentially. And then I'll gotta make sure the windows are lined up. That's the real thing. I started out playing this game last night at 9 PM. When I looked at the clock, it was 10 PM. A few minutes later, it was 2 AM. Yeah, story of my life. I mean, this kind of works. I think I will keep that. I might even get another one of these. Splice him in. Like, now I'm getting really convoluted here, but just hear me out. Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. Where are you? Where are you? You're in there somewhere. Alright, gotcha. Just needs like a little part down there. And I think we're getting pretty close. Well, I'm gonna... And in no time, there's gonna be like 20 buildings stuck in here. No, that's not the same height. Oh, it is. It is the same height. Alright, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? I need to fix him up, but I think we need buildings that break from the grid a bit. You know, a bit more like... a bit more interesting. Enjoying a Heineken and watching Tours. Ah, lovely. That sounds very nice. I'm drinking a smoothie. I'm not quite at Heineken points. Although, that'd be concerning because it's 10 AM, so. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to stick to it. I think it just needs a bit of cleaning up. I really wish it was a little bit brighter. A little bit whiter. But this is cool because we can kind of do a road coming in there. What map theme am I using? This is my own custom one. But I need to continue to work on it because it's still a little bit too dry. Probably needs to have a bit more green to it. Alright, so you're complaining because you have no road access. I hear you, my friend. Check this out. I'm going to give you a lovely bloody road. What? Still complaining? Get out of here. Yeah, okay. I think I might even do something back here. Maybe like a... No? What about this one? How about this? Or this? Alright, come on. I know I can do this. Whoop. Okay. And I think it's still that one. What about if I drag this road a bit further away? I don't think I rotated you, so you should be fine. I think that's plenty. What? Is that where your road is? Is that where I need to connect it to? I've also got another kind of fun idea we can do here. Do we have prisons in City Skylines 2? We do. But I haven't even placed one down. Gotcha. And that's something else about this game. There's like a whole bunch of things I haven't even done yet. Like, I've barely done anything to do with like oil industry. I've had nothing to do with like the prison. There's like buildings I've literally never even seen in the game. So it's pretty big. There's a lot. There's a lot to dive into and unpack. Oh man. Undo. Oh, you gotta be careful of those undos though. Segment, where are you? Oh god. Oh gosh. Where is it? It's in here somewhere, please. Please. Gotcha. Up you come. Oh dearie. Okay. Sweet. I don't love this road, but I'm going to keep it just for the time being because I do have an idea with it. The only problem with a stream starting at 6 AM is that even if I wake up before them, I don't even remember my own name. It's not 6 AM, is it? Where would it be 6 AM? What are the best DLCs to this game? Thinking about getting one, but I don't know which one. I think there's only one DLC. Official DLC. And Bridges and Ports. And I personally really like it, but I don't know if that's everyone's opinion on it. I think it's totally worth it. I like Bridges, and I think we totally needed more. Something like that. And get rid of these ones, and these ones, and that one, and that one. And I will work on this part. Let's get rid of this shadow for a sec. And I reckon we get like a nice palmy entrance to this place. What am I looking for? You know, get rid of all the surfaces. Don't need any of them. Really need to detail this up to make it look halfway decent. No trees. Great. Wonderful. So I'm gonna go double grass texture. Vanilla grass, nope. We'll go one. Might even do these ones. Nice squares. But I don't know if it's gonna stick. Don't know if I'm gonna stick the land in, because I do want it to, like, if I'm gonna do squares, it's got to be nice and aligned up, and oh, it is. Nailed it. Oh, and it's so wonky. It is like the wonkiest. Ah, WA. Of course, of course, of course. It's overpriced? I forgot how much it was. How much was that DLC? Oh! Sorry, my game is... Hey, cleaner. Excuse me. I've already said no to you. Jeez, unbelievable. Sorry about that. Yeah, make my game all laggy. Far out. Sorry about that. Alright, well that looks pretty good. That's a good height. I kind of wish this was super tall. I paid for it 2 years ago. Of course, yes. Well, that's the thing. It's like people paid for that DLC ages ago. No. No. Do I want to go that tall? Is it like an in-between? What do you guys reckon? Kind of want to do something. Maybe, potentially. You know? Like just to kind of like round it off. Give it a bit of a tower. Nice hairstyle. There's the lack of hairstyle. It's literally just... I need a haircut, actually. Really need a haircut. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining. Yeah, are there many people that actually don't have City Skylines and just watch us? I mean, we could do... I'm just like putting it out there, but it could be like a little step. Like, kind of goes from higher... Goes from high to low. You know? Like, that could be kind of... I'm just going to put it on pause. Unless it's... You know? Is that too crazy? I think it's potentially too crazy. Oh, Mars Bandit. Hello, hello, hello. You watch people play more than you play yourself? Yeah. That's what I'm like with Planet Coaster. I don't even play in. What do you reckon? It needs cleaning up, but I'm just putting it out there. Like, would they do it? Would they build a building like this? Are they crazy enough to do something like that? Not too crazy? Too high? What is it? Looks like an old casino. Could do an old casino. Could splice a bit of commercial in there. I still don't know how I feel about it. I'm creeping into crazy territory. Huge fan of Mars Bandit? Yes, so am I. That's who I was talking about. I watch Mars Bandit play Planet Coaster. What do you think? I still can't figure it out. I don't know. It feels too... like, part of me thinks it's, like, too angular. Oh, but I also kind of like it. Like, maybe we need an extra little thing here, but I don't really know. I think I might do it. I think I might just do it. No, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's too much. You guys are crazy. It's too much. That's fine. I think that's fine the way it is. But it absolutely needs some palms. So let's add some trees, and then I'm going to add some parking, because I do have an idea about this. Could be kind of interesting and fun when you make content. Yeah. Yeah. But I hear you. It's it could be tricky. I'm going to put a fountain here, and we'll just do like just some big fat palms right next to the windows. So probably not that realistic, but I think you gotta do it. And we got some pools, don't we? A pool back there might be kind of nice. And we can still go back to our giant tower. We don't have to scrap it. Yeah, I'm a fan of the clusters. And it's looking pretty nice. And I said a fountain. I think I've got the water features mod. Not water features mod, these ones. And I think let's just give this a little, let's give this a whirl. Oh, a bit uneven. Stick the landing to those. So I'm just thinking about the fact that I think I've called this stream live stream bike lanes. I haven't done any bike lanes. Should I do bike lanes? Is this being very misleading? What do you think of that fountain? Feels like an anchor point. Yeah, I think so. Kind of breaks the grid up a little bit. But that's a bit of a problem. So I got an idea. All right, now we're gonna get a little bit convoluted, but I'm going to make a key there, and oops, wrong side. Double key like that. And maybe even, bear with me guys, maybe not a key. What about if it's a retaining wall instead? Because the retaining wall, let's think about this. Because we could do some steps. It's choosing the right one. Yes. Maybe. Okay, that didn't work. Doesn't quite have the same effect, unfortunately. So no steps. I think I'll just keep it as a key. Wrong side. Great. Cool. Yeah, sort of. Did we decide on a city name? No, I am waiting for as many entries and ideas as possible. And then I'll change the name. Or not change the name. I've been purposely not even looking at the poll. I don't even know how it's going. Do you guys know how it's going? I don't know if we're gonna... Are we changing the name or are we not? Because I honestly can't even make up my own mind. Alright. Alright. Another idea. Another idea. Oh, come on. Please. Please let me collect it. Oh, look at that. We're making money. See? And you guys were scared. You guys were worried about me losing money. Hey, Gator. Welcome, my buddy. Welcome, my friend. Don't know if we're changing the name yet. I am I still just don't know. Which is why I put it to you guys. Maybe this one? Be nice if it did change as it kind of went into the all this. What's this going to look like? That is the problem with these surfaces. You don't actually know until you drag it out. Bum, 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 bum. Well, whatever it is, I'm probably going to commit to it. Oh! No, I'm not. I am not committing to that one. That is not the right surface for that area. Well, I want something. I need to grab... Maybe we just go like full tiles. Let's have a look at what this looks like first. Can't even bloody see it. Sick one. We're talking about Marble Mountain and we're talking about Montana. If we're going to keep it as Montana or change it. Waffle Street. Teddy Radko. Hey, mates. Hey, 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 hey. It definitely was a Waffle Street. Let's have a look. I mean, it's not quite fancy enough. I need something fancy. That's kind of fancy. That's like wood. That's wood. I think we just go for the tiles. That one. No. I'm going to go for this one. I actually forgot which one that one was now. I think it's that. Alright. Round 2. The real one. Hey Teddy, how are you taking the news? Are you hanging in there? Or are you optimistic? That's the question. Or both. Sweet. I mean, it's okay. I know it just said sweet, but it's just okay. I need to get some more stuff. But I think that this will be fine for now. Let me see. I want those tiles back. I'm going to go for fancy tiles. And they shouldn't overlap because I think these ones go underneath pretty much everything. Cool. That's like not what it looks like. What? That's totally different. New Montana, yeah, I'm like half tempted to do New Montana as well. But it also depends on what people suggest. Alright, so these tiles don't look like that. Or maybe this one does. No, it doesn't. But I much prefer that one. So let's just stick to that. Yeah. Go full fancy. What's this gonna look like? You never know until you do it. It's not so bad. The pond needs sorting out. Yeah, I know. I need to do a couple of things. Hannah Montana. The name for the city. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. What am I doing? Alright, press play. Okay. We are slowly getting there. The pond does need sorting out. I now feel like I could, in fact, well, it's gonna be really hard because might just have to do another section of it, and we'll see. I'm just gonna have to see what happens here. Okay, that's pretty fine. A little fence around it, sure. Maybe just like a little one. What's the arch gonna be like? Okay. Whoa, not bad. All right. Get out of there. And we don't have any fountains, do we? Do we have fountains? And I think, like, do we have fountains in this game? I know we have fountains, but do we have like water jets? I think we do. And you know, I could just do. They don't actually. That's a tree. That's a fountain. You know, like could be like a tiered deal. But it's not actually going to it's not actually going to spurt out water, which is kind of dumb. Will these ones? Nothing. Will this one? Nothing. Nothing at all. No water. Nothing. Jet Jumbler. Oh, Jubilee. Jumbler. Cool. Well, that's pretty fun. But yeah, that's not what I want. But that's fine. Guess he'll just be just like that. Sweet. Look at that. It's a bit awkward. Is it awkward? Or is it fine? Teddy, you're surprised by the news. I'm a bit worried it'll mean a slower and more limited support for the game until the new team gets up and running. Whole thing is a bummer, but something probably had to change. That's a good way of looking at it. That's true. Something probably did have to change. Do we need anything else for this? What do you think? I think it's a nice little addition. It's definitely adding loads of people here, which is good because I'm about to really revamp all of this. This needs a full overhaul. What City Skylines 2 is missing? A procedural objects equivalent mod. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I mean, that'd be wonderful. What am I going to put back here? I said a pool. I'm going to have to change the name of this live stream at the when I upload it as a video, because we are not doing any of that at the moment. I mean, this is kind of cool. That's too big. Could even do a customer. Say that quietly because I'm not sure if I want to. I'm going to just, I think I might try this. We'll just like find a spot for him. You know, like, you know, like just something like this. Or just an idea. But what does this look like? Just putting it out there. Just seeing what it's like. This is, I think it's that person who just said, what are procedural objects for this game? That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, wonderful. That's so great, $2. Yeah, it's really great, $2. What a cool idea. I think I mean, this just shows like if we had procedural objects, could be just really, really great. I see you. Because I mean, that would be great. And what all I have to do is like double it up. This one seems to be a bit bigger for some reason. You know? Like if it was a little bit different, we could fit it. Should I go for... no. No, it's too big. Get out of here. Would be nice though, right? It'd be really nice. Would be nice if emergency services while responding didn't get stuck like normal traffic. Would be nice if the traffic actually moved aside for the yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like a game like this, when you play, the more you play it, the more you realize how much like potential there is. And you could literally just, I don't know, like I walk around my city and I look around and I'm like, oh man, wouldn't it be nice if it was like this? Or imagine if I had control, you know, of like the clouds, or you know, if you saw people like constructing buildings, or you like knew that your citizens were not just working in some random job, but were kind of like progressing in their careers, or, you know, taking on, you know, a job that's like, you can like see the physical presence of them within the city rather than them kind of just like hanging out, and like flopping between different jobs just depending on whatever they feel like doing. It's like the possibilities for a game like this are totally endless, and probably, as I am not a game developer, probably like very like not even possible. Like this game can barely run on most computers, and it's like it is what it is. But doesn't stop me from hoping. You gotta go to bed. You got the overnight shift, and I'm very tired, but glad to catch a live stream where I can. Hey, bud, absolutely. Sleep is important. Go for it. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Look at that. They're the same tiles. That makes me very happy. Oh, man, they're pretty close. Oh, that'll do. I think that's probably all I'm gonna do for that little complex. I think it's I think it's pretty good. I better save before anything bad happens. Let's call it 0. I don't know, 18. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm Australian. Alright. Should we get back to the title of the stream? Or do we not need it? Because for some reason, we went from like 1 billion people using the bike paths to now like a regular amount. So that's good to see. So perhaps we don't need any more bike paths. That's probably about as much as we need at this very moment. Look at these people. Oh, lovely money coming through. I'm gonna get more of these palms and really spruce up all this. Get some different sizes. Okay, cool. But I don't want to go too far because I'm actually going to totally redo all this. But that is probably as far as I want to take those palms. But that's like a nice entrance into the city, I reckon. Another Marble Mountain this week? No. I am going to finish off a video that I'm going to release next week. And that's for my other series, San Andreas. And I'm also going to... And that one's pretty much done. I just got to do the intro and outro and record some other little bits and pieces. But then I will also be working on another Marble Mountain that'll come out the week after. So yeah, not like too soon, but like soon-ish. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And all these people coming in. I might have to speed up the simulation to see if we can get through a bit of this, because there is a lot of... There's a lot of traffic. I reckon that's like the majority of that is people probably like moving into places like this, which just holds so much. There's like so many people living in this building. It was pretty fun. What should I do for this part? I'd love to have like a nice little triangle building just to like squeeze in there. I don't really want to build another park, but I could build another park. Like, that could work pretty good there. I don't think I've got anything... Oh, come on. I could go... That's nice. That's a nice little thin one. Could go a double. Just putting it out there. Like if I went here here, and then did a little bit of this. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm really glad these signature buildings are free. Yeah, I think he's a little bit too big. But you know, that's what I want. I need a nice triangle. The asset editor is coming out soon. Will you rework New Montana when custom assets start coming out? Absolutely. That would that's also kind of why I'm holding off on some parts. So that is why I'm like holding off on the downtown, because something that is like so iconic, like the skyline, it's got to be unique, and I've got to use like assets that are. I'd love to see assets that are made by the community, because that's like the greatest part about City Skylines, in my opinion, is the community that's involved in like making assets and using them and making mods and like all that good stuff. So I'm like very much holding out. So building like roads and infrastructure and all that sort of stuff is kind of like the main job at the moment. But to be honest, I'm actually going to move out of Montana pretty soon. Like, I'm not going to stay for too much longer. I like to kind of drive my attention elsewhere and you know, kind of like build the whole place up at the same time, you know, not just like, you know, build a big city and then like move to the next place and then move to the next place. It'd be fun to like, you know, start here and then start working on like another smaller place in a couple of episodes time. So just like something to keep in mind. But mind you, there are some buildings that I'm going to place down. Like, I will use probably this one, because I think that worked really well. But then other buildings are like, unfortunately, just not to the scale of this series. You know, this will work. This doesn't even work in St. Andros. This doesn't work for me at all. It is just way too big. Yeah, I mean, it goes to show, like, there must have been some serious structural issues with the asset editor for it not to be released when the game released, and so much later as well. I still don't know what to put here. No, it's not you either. I don't know. I can't figure out what to put there. I might just have to wait. Skate park? Yeah, that would be good. But, I mean, that would be perfect. If this was a triangle corner little block that was like out here, then yeah, skate park would work really well. But this like has to have a total vibe. And I'm going for kind of old industry, a bit high density, like eventually high density. So like places like this are on the chopping block for sure. New skyscraper CCP does sound pretty interesting if it hopefully it adds a bunch of those sweet spot height towers and not just super tall ones. I agree, because I do worry, like especially like skyscraper DLCs, because essentially as soon as they're like too large, I can't use them. So there's like buildings that I'm like, oh, that would be so perfect, but I can't build a city with buildings that tall. Like, if anything, that's probably my limit. This one right here, that's like the tallest I can go without it looking really weird. Yeah, sorry, it's early and my reading is terrible. That could work, but it's not quite in the same theme. This is... No, don't go skyscrapers too tall. You're getting carried away. Don't let Teddy cloud your mind. It could possibly use like some of these. Nah, I don't know. I have to come back to that area. I reckon for the time being, because I don't want to look at that for too much longer. We'll just cover him up. Get a bit of green and some, you know it, some palms. Hey, Besquigglehausen. Hey, buddy. Elevator bike path bridge thing is neato, but also a lot. Yes, I knew you were going to say this because this is exactly what I was thinking too. A lot of infrastructure for that size of city. Maybe a supernode thing would work for that intersection. Honestly, doing those supernodes for the whole Embocadro equivalent would... Is that what that area is called in San Francisco? Yeah, I totally agree. I think I mostly did this because I... Oh, what is the problem? I mostly did that because I actually just wanted to see what the bridge was going to look like. But yeah, it's way too much. I also think it could work if I was to like increase the density around here. And like just have like tons of traffic here. Plus at some point in time, this road snaking around is going to be a highway, and it'll like funnel into this. So, and then this, like, I'm just gonna like show you something, but I'm thinking this is where I'm gonna drag the Bay Bridge. Just like an idea. Just an idea. I'm still not like super married to it. What's wrong? Okay, fine. I will... Actually, does water... It does, doesn't it? So it eventually dries up. Well, I don't know if I like that. Well, I do, in terms of, like, realism, because that does make sense, but... I don't know. I don't want to get rid of this. Embarcadero. Embarcadero. Is that what that road is called? Or am I just missing the point of something else? Yeah, I think I might get another one of these. And I will place him over here for now. Or maybe I'll go... Do these have pollution? A little bit of noise pollution. Is that still my property? Cool. In a farm? Yeah, probably not. Maybe we can just like chop into it. Just chop into that farm. Yeah, no worries. And that might solve that for a little bit. Yes, I know. I'm thinking the same thing, but just in terms of like doing things a bit differently, you know, because I do want the Bay Bridge, but I also want to like build it in a slightly different spot. Like if I was to build it here, and if I built the Bay Bridge here, then it's going to feel more like I'm just ripping off San Francisco, which is why I'm like shifting the downtown to be around here. Like that's like what this area is going to look like. And because I think again, if I was to build it like right on the water, then it's going to feel too similar. And then it gets into that territory of like, it's similar, but like not quite the right, it's not quite exactly the same. That is also why I had to, like I lost interest in New Dollarton. It just got too similar to New Jersey, Jersey City. But just as an idea, I just want to show you something. Is that the right bridge? It is. And I don't even think I'm going to use this bridge, to be honest. Why can't I raise him up? What's going on here? I don't think I'm going to use this bridge anymore. But I don't know, I don't have like that many to choose from. But you know what I mean? Like this could be kind of cool. Just like really nice and high. It'll suck to kind of drag it over here, but I have tested him out. There is a bit of room. But it feels like this would be a great spot just to kind of like drag that out. We can do some like nice connections to this road down here. I think the highway could like split off into this area or like continue to follow this section. But I also think that this might be nice to kind of keep as a nice neighborhood, you know, not interrupted by a highway like that. This is going to be very interrupted. So yeah, but the bridge itself, it's a bit of a, it's difficult because I don't love that bridge. I like parts of it, but I don't love all of it. Like you should be able to stretch it out that far without it turning into 2, 3 bridges. And yeah, this is like parts of it, but like the whole underneath section's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think we have many other options. Like I'm not about to, like I like this, but we've used that. And I don't like that. And I don't think these ones are going to be the right ones. So yeah, we're kind of stuck. That's all I got. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that could be kind of cool, but I think it's too small. Yeah, it's too small. It's too small. You might be able to stretch the segments longer. I can, but it's like crazy finicky. It's they don't marry up. They kind of like get skewed and break, and they're like not good. I don't know why it does that, but it like totally doesn't work, which is a shame. Tree. I think we're gonna. This is purely just to fill this space. Actually, and while we're doing this, there's one more thing I want to do. Yeah, that's just to fill that. Something that I was playing around with, but I didn't save it for some reason. Once again, shockers. This is wild. It's crazy. Is this peak hour? Is that why? People are going home? I guess people are going home. Something that I might do around here, but I'm going to place a bunch of these. Just like all along. Kind of like this. We'll just test it on this section, and then we can just like copy. Yeah, cable stay is too modern as well. I'm going to continue to play around with that one that I take issue with, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't tick a lot of boxes for me. I was kind of hoping for something to do with custom assets, but yeah, that might, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there. So I could do a whole stretch of green, which is honestly kind of nice, or I could do like little segments. I'm going to try the whole section of green. I'm going to rework that. Actually, maybe not there, because I think pedestrians... Oh no, pedestrians can cross there, so yeah, that's fine. And I think I can even do the same here. Like, that's actually going to fit well right there. I might not block off that. And see, now I'm living up to the title of the live stream. No bikey, no likey. Yeah, I know I just started building, but let me just take a quick little detour. Look at that. Teddy Radco. Great addition. As soon as I saw you post that on Discord, I was like, alright. I like jumped out of the game and quickly grabbed it. Does not just bike say that? I actually didn't know that. But it's a good spot for it. Need to figure out more about this guy. But anyway, back to business. I could do one here. Or we could just keep it concrete. I'm not really quite sure. But look at that. I love that it's actually the perfect length. Maybe we just do it. Do it. I mean, would you ever see it? Use the concrete median of the avenues for the palm trees. So you reckon I should move them over? Should I do that instead? I could. Could do these over here. Could look nice. Could look real nice. I mean, could they grow there? That's the question. And then I might get rid of the other section. And then I could... These ones are always tricky to delete. Oh, no, they're not. They're just hard to see. You can't actually tell if you're deleting them or not. So I could do that. Kind of continues the same idea of the palm trees on the other side. I'm gonna... Don't worry, I'll fix them up. I know they're... That's pretty nice. Zigzag palm tree median. The what? What's the zigzag? What's the zigzag? Just gonna type it. Oh, this one? No, you don't mean that. You don't mean that, do you? One on the median, one on the sidewalk. Yeah, I'm still not really following. I think I quite like the way that this is looking. And I've also got another idea just to throw something else in the mix. Because what you can do is just to like give a little bit of extra flavor to it. If I select him and go transform tool, I'm going to reduce the angle a lot. And we can kind of do a bit of give him a bit of a lean. Let's see. You know? Might just drop him into the too much. You know, just a couple of them on a bit of a little... That rotates on the spot. And that is kind of what I want. You know, like, not like falling over, What mods do I use? They are all in the description. Yeah. I mean, they all probably need to lean the same way, right? Like almost like the wind pushes them. Actually, what am I doing? I can actually copy this. Oh no, that'll copy all of it. I don't want to do that. More lean. More lean. More lean. Rotate. Drop him down. I don't want to create a total hazard. That makes a huge difference, in my opinion. Hey, this guy's going the other way. Why not? Why the hell not? Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. I'm going to wrap it up because I am roasting in this Australian summer heat in my tiny studio with the sun beaming down on me. Like, just looking at that water makes me go, kind of want to go for a swim, but I think I'm gonna just go have a breather, and then I'm gonna finish off a Saint Andros episode, and then I'm gonna record a bit of this episode, and then that'll be the day. That'll be the day. They do lean dramatically in San Francisco, you're right. In California, to say, yes, that's true. They might have some supports around here because I worry that it's probably not the safest place to probably put a whole bunch of palm trees anyway. But that's what's going on. I like that. Hell yeah, that's pretty good. It's just above freezing here. I love the Australian summer. Ovens are colder. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually like, it's not, I don't think it's even gonna get that hot today. It's and the thing is, I live like right on the beach, at least at this very moment. We're about to move kind of far away. But yeah, it's like not even that. It's gonna get up to 20 degrees today, so it's not even that hot. But it is so hot in this room. The my computer runs at like 100 degrees, which I'm sure your ones do too. But guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. Probably have to change the title of this video because it's barely about bikes. I may well just keep it. I don't really care. I'm sure it'll be fine. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Very much appreciated. I'm gonna go work on a couple of videos, and yeah, I'll catch you all later. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you all later. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.